We have now covered a massive 510 miles in just 4 days, and yet it looks like we are barely halfway to John O Groats. We have left the safety of the southwest behind, traversed the Midlands, and are now deep in the north of England. Ahead of us, we have a whole new realm of fearsome obstacles, including mountains, scorching temperatures, and of course, the Scots.
What did you just say?
You're going to want to stick around for this one.
Morning of day 5. A lovely night's sleep on a actually inflated roll mat, very cosy. We've been woken by the sunshine in the lovely park. Ranty's enjoying his pre-prepared breakfast.
Right, it's 7:30. All packed up, and we're about to head off on to day 5. Yeah, feeling good. Will we get to Stirling today? That's the big question. 160 miles. I'm rather sceptical. Ranty's less sceptical. Alistair Thornton's offered us some accommodation there, but only if we actually look like we're going to make it there. So anything could happen.
Unfortunately, Adam's Bluetooth button for the front GoPro decided to sync with his handheld camera, leaving us with lots of excellent footage of the inside of his pocket. Anyway, we pushed on north towards Penrith, eager for a slightly more substantial breakfast.
Over to the right we can see the North Pennines, and what a lovely morning it is. We've got 160 miles to do this morning, so no, Jeff, we're not going up Great Dunfell or wherever you want us to go. Honestly, lovely smooth road with no traffic on it. This is what we like, isn't it, Ranty?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's such a change to Cornwall.
Yeah, no cars. Well, there's been one car and it's been like from the 1950s. And now, Ranty, we're back in Bolton.
Oh, God damn it.
It's the last time we get him on directions. Gone round in a circle. So we made it to Penrith. Yay. Gonna stop off for a quick bit of second breakfast. So we were just about to stop in Sainsbury's for our second breakfast, but turns out it's a Sunday today and it's closed, not open till 10 o'clock. So I'm afraid we're gonna have to crack on to Carlisle probably and have our 11sies instead. Honestly, Sunday should be like a Saturday. Why haven't they updated that yet? We're not living in the 18th century where everyone goes to church on a Sunday. Laziness, that's what it is. Any excuse for lying. So we found one place that's open on a Sunday. They've worked out how to like do shifts so that people can work early on a Saturday or early on a Sunday. It's a little place called Mucky D's. It's got a big M on the outside. Ranty's looking very happy. He's got very white skin. He burns incredibly easily.
I'm so delicate.
Yeah, he's basically albino. The great thing about ultra processed foods is it consumes so much of it so quickly because it's so soft and gets so many calories into you, and you don't even feel that full afterwards, so you can just keep on eating them. It's like the perfect fuel. I don't know how they did cycling trips before it, honestly. It must have been so hard in the 80s when they had to eat apples and nuts and stuff like that. They must have felt so full.
We munched our way through our ultra-processed breakfast and got back to it, weaving our way out of Penrith, heading towards Carlisle.
So for the first 20 miles this morning, I felt like I've been repeatedly run over by a bus. Let me tell you, a load of ultra-processed food and a big load of coffee, when you rarely ever drink coffee, my God, that hits the spot.
I can't keep up with it. So, on our left, we have the Northern Lakes, Skiddaw sort of range. Looking lovely from here. We've got about 17 miles to do till we get to Carlisle now. And then, we'll be in Scotland. Aye.
Our big caffeine hit sent us flying along this brilliant B road, where we promptly ignored the multiple road closed signs, which went well.
Then we just hit that road closed there, Auntie. What was that all about?
Oh, I don't know, I mean, If only there were some signs to like tell us that.
I know.
A short detour later, and we arrived into Carlisle, saw the castle, and pushed on north towards the Scottish border.
So when we did our straight line mission across England, we crossed over this point, Metal Bridge. That's where we were, Archie, hiding from that farmer. Sorry. Nasty farmer.
River Esk crossed, we soon arrived into our third country of the trip, Scotland.
Right, Ranty, it's 11 o'clock on day 5, and it looks like we've just hit Scotland.
Yes, time to get some iron brew.
Iron brew and haggis. That's all we'll be living off for the next 3 days.
Scottish border crossed, and we picked up what could possibly be the best B road in the country for making progress.
It's an absolute dreamy road. It's so good. No traffic, big open road, bit of a tailwind behind us. So we are cruising along.
We soon arrived into
Ecclesfinch or something, unpronounceable.
where we stopped for our first of many bottles of iron brew.
I tried to copy Ranty and get myself a lovely iron brew to celebrate being in Scotland. And I've done it again. I've got sugar-free, no sugar iron brew. That's exactly what I don't need.
You need refined sugar.
We want ultra compressed sugar. We've got Cornetto though.
Cornetto?
Which one from the shop?
Cornetto.
Cornetto. Also, what are these from? Are these from vapes? Cigarettes?
Oh yeah, the vape stickers.
Ranty knows. Vape stickers.
Hey, what
Right.
I'm saying, I work in Bridgewater, alright?
Yeah, to be fair, that's a good shout. I got myself a litre of strawberry milk as well. That better have sugar in it. Let's have a look.
Snack stop done, we pushed on up our excellent B road, soon arriving into Lockerbie.
We are in Lockerbie. Looks like another lovely Scottish town.
Nice.
So we learnt that Ranty is albino earlier, but also he's got Raynaud's disease as well, which means he's got terrible circulation in his foot. How's the foot?
So basically this side of my foot is just not getting any blood flow, and it just feels like, well, I imagine this is what it's like when you actually like die,
Yeah.
kind of that sort of sensation. So I need to keep stopping and trying to get the blood back into this side of my foot.
It's kind of like frostbite, but in warm weather.
Yeah.
If he doesn't stretch it out and get some blood in there, it's just going to drop off.
I mean, I won't have that problem again then, I
Yeah.
guess.
But you won't have a foot.
Fortunately, my foot regained some circulation, so we could push onwards, past Moffat, and up and over a very long and gradual climb towards Abingdon.
So we're up at 1,060 feet. We've just done about 9 miles uphill. It's been a nice graduate road. Now we're going to enjoy, hopefully, a lovely 8-mile descent into Abingdon. It's looking good.
By this point, we were about 100 miles deep, and our saturated fat reserves were starting to run low. Regardless, we pressed on down this awesome stretch of road, taking in the finest southern upland scenery.
So there's a woods up here that's called the Fieldhouse Forest, did you say?
Yeah, trademark of the north.
Right. Why is it called that? It's not sure we can see. 10 past 2. We've done 100 miles today, and so we're all going well. We've made it to Abingdon, not Abingdon near Oxford, Abingdon in Scotland. Yeah, we better have some lunch, I think.
Yeah, see what the store has on offer.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
We munched our way through enough Scottish fat to kill Joe Wicks, and got back to it, encouraged by the big miles we had put in that morning.
One thing I don't understand, Ranty, how is this a B road?
It's insane, isn't it?
This is an A road!
There's nobody on it either.
Honestly, look at this! Way! Whoa! We're on a B road!
Our excellent B road just kept going and going, but unfortunately all good things must come to an end, and we eventually arrived into where we finally left this valley and veered off towards Stirling.
Just ticked over 115 today.
Yeah.
Which I reckon, or 80 or so, it's probably going up that valley.
80 miles on that B road. We've just turned off. So let's hope this next B road is going to be just as good. Just pulled over for a wee break.
Hedge watered, we climbed a little further before enjoying a speedy descent down to the River Clyde, expertly captured by Adam's pocket.
Lovely little descent there into the valley. Over the river. Now we've got a bit of a climb coming up the other side, equivalent to what we just came down. So it took us about a minute to get down it. Probably take us a good 6 or 7 minutes to get up it. Steepest hill we've been up today, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
1.6 miles long as well.
Bit of a corker in there.
Yeah, it's a real hill, this one. We crested the hill and now we're in Carluke. Oh, and there's a roundabout coming up. Looks like Ranty's keen for a Tesco stop.
We enjoyed some shade and a DIY shower in the Carluke Tesco car park before checking in to see if T-Dog did indeed have room in the inn.
T-Dog, how's it going?
Hey, it's alright, I'm just doing some decking.
Oh, how's it going?
I said I'm doing some decking.
Yeah, you still at Spongefest?
Spongefest is the world's first festival of satellite punch map sport.
Oh, you going back up to Alva?
Sponge events are held across the whole of the UK if you fancy some orienteering.
Possibly. Alright, we're very likely to make it. 8:30. Wow, okay.
With a loose promise of a roof over our heads for the night, we pressed on across the rolling Scottish countryside.
Lots of sheep, lots of cows. The climb out of Hopwood continues. Right, top of the Hopwood climb, and I think we deserve a little break and a quick snack, I think. What's that, Ranty?
Well, we are in Scotland, it has to be a prison.
Yeah, it's a prison. HMP Shots. Her Majesty Prison, where everybody gets shot. Ranty, I bet you can't get over that wall.
Bit like challenge.
Straight line mission over that, I reckon.
Like bring your own ladder.
Yeah, just bring your own ladder, be fine. Just bringing back some traumatic memories for all those inside. No. That's the police going to get you.
We sent it down this steep and potholy lane, which went well.
Oh, Ranty. It was all going so well. I caught it on camera though.
Oh, did you?
There we go. Some very potholy roads.
Our tired legs cleared the potholy road, and we soon arrived into Slammerman.
Ranty, what on earth is that?
That is a very good question, Adam. Scotland, what is that?
It's some kind of like tomb to their god. Looks like their version of the Egyptian pyramids. They just built out of mud though, instead.
And a bog.
A bog, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
So instead of the desert, they built it on a bog.
Yeah.
It's felt like an absolute eternity getting to Falkirk, but I think we might be here. Are we here?
We are indeed, finally in Falkirk.
Oh, what a relief. It was maybe 20 miles, it felt like at least 30. Ridiculous. Probably because we were weaving around the lane so much and it was hilly and a lot slower than this morning, so. Anyway, 8 or 9 miles to Alva, where we're gonna stay with T-Dog!
Bruh. So, this is the village of Skinflats. Yeah, it's about as disgusting as the name kind of indicates.
After our whistle-stop tour of Falkirk's mankiest suburbs, we have finally arrived at the Clackmannanshire Bridge. The Ock Hills, and what would be our finish point for the day, now dominated the horizon.
We've made it over the Forth. We're on the lovely flatlands before the Ock Hills, only a few miles away now. Look at that.
After an absolutely mega 165 mile day, we finally rolled into Alva at just gone 6:30.
I think I need a quick sit down. after that ride. Oh, that was one hell of a big day out. But we made it to the co-op in Alva, and Alistair's front door is right next door, so yeah, well done, Ranty. Right, so I've ordered a chicken tikka masala. Oh, and I got Ranty.
That's not bad, is it?
I got Ranty a cheesy naan, and I think they're trying to rival the Cornish pasty in size. Look at the size of that.
That's hefty.
Yeah.
That's just what you want though.
And I've got one as well, plus chips, plus a full chicken masala curry. I think I'm going to need some help eating all this. So, we're just informed by the locals we went to the best Indian place in the whole of Alva. Apparently, Alva Tandoori. It's actually really decent stuff. The rest of them, his quote was what, Ranty?
So if they sent this to Africa, they'd send it back.
There we go. Any other place in Alva, they wouldn't even eat it in Africa, apparently.
We struggled through the mega portions of masala and enjoyed some evening entertainment, courtesy of the Alva locals.
Oh. What did you just say?
Shut up! Shut up!
Alva is such a strange place, honestly.
So we both had a fairly good night's sleep in Alistair's house, but we only got about 6 hours sleep because we went to bed so late, and we've got up at 6:30. I've got the rest of my cheesy naan and rice to eat for breakfast. Ranty's just popped down to the co-op to get his breakfast. But yeah, might be another big day today. We'll see. Might not get all the way to Inverness, but we could do if the roads are great and we're feeling good. So yeah, we'll just smash out as much as we can really and get going. How are the legs doing this morning, Ranty?
Oh, they're a bit stiff if I'm honest.
You liars!
Yeah?
I think today it might be a little bit of a struggle to get going.
I agree with that. It's going to have to be an easy start and hopefully we get warmed up.
Right, so it's about 7:30-ish, and it's day 6. We're about to head off. Potentially another big day today.
What's this beeping for?
Wahoo's just beeping left, right and centre.
It's having a night. I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah.
There we are, it's happy. It's happy now.
It's happy, alright. Well, anyway, we're feeling a little bit worse for wear and quite stiff, so hopefully we get warmed up.
So in case you're wondering what it's actually like in Alva, I think this kind of says it all. The Ock Hill's out the back, and yet in the co-op this morning I bumped into a guy with a 12-pack of Tango and a pack of 20 Rothmans, which I quote he said was for his breakfast.
We crawled out of Alva towards Stirling, the awesome views of the Ock Hills giving us a taste of what was to come.
David Stirling Memorial. First point of interest of the day. Oh.
For those of you that don't know, so David Stirling is not considered to be the founder of the modern Special Forces.
Ah,
He was the original SAS member.
wow. Look at him now, hard as a rock this guy was. Born in 1941, died in 1945.
History lesson done, we pressed on west towards Loch Lomond.
Since we've left the Bridge of Allen, we've been on these lovely, quiet, rolling sea roads. They're quite nice, aren't they?
Oh, they're brilliant.
Brilliant.
I mean, the Scots can't surface a road for shit.
No,
The scenery is great.
scenery's great. And it's also quite cool this morning, which I'm very grateful for.
We unknowingly entered our first Scottish national park, Loch Lomond, as we sped on through Callander.
I wonder if someone's pig died here once. Got run over. This is called Kill My Hog.
You done killed my hog, boy.
Loch Lubnag! What a lake!
Our legs had now thankfully started to de-stiffen, allowing us to power past the loch and deeper into the heart of Scotland.
Just stopped for a wee break. Just having some chocolate digestives. Sometimes they come out as a block of 3. But you know what? I can deal with that.
Despite us being on the main A road, it was hardly busy, and we soon found ourselves climbing up the Glen Ogle. The scenery now becoming more and more spectacular.
Forget Ribblehead Viaduct. Look at this one.
We sent it down the north of Glen Ogle before veering off east towards Loch Tay. The scenery really helped us forget our tired legs, and we soon hit the shore of the loch as we passed on through Killin.
It's a lovely view, and Ranty wants to go right. Ranty, we were just looking at the lovely view.
Well, we'll have to wait for Patty's video to come out then, won't we?
Yeah, Pratty is actually a day or probably about 5 days behind getting to Killin, which is where we just went past. Pratty is doing the source to sea on the River Tay, which we just passed, but it would probably take him about 5 days to get down there because he's about 10 kilometers away. He's currently in a dry suit on a boiling hot day going down a mountain.
There was no time to wait around for Pratty to finish faffing with his log raft, so we pushed on along this awesome road on the south side of Loch Tay.
Look at these amazing views, honestly. It's a crystal clear lake.
This road was sublime. 16 miles of virtually car-free, perfectly smooth single track, which really helped us forget our tired legs. Before we knew it, we were flying down a windy stretch of single track, hoping a car was not coming the other way. The end of the loch gradually coming into view.
We finally reached the end of Loch Tay. There it is. What a massive loch. Kenmore. We're in. What do you think of Loch Tay, Ranty?
That is bloody incredible.
We resisted the urge to jump in the loch and pressed on. A brief stop to check out the castle, and it was time for 11sies.
So Ranty, what have you gone for your 11sies?
I went with the same as you. So cherry ripple and a Maltese ripple ice cream.
The other way round though.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think mine was a bit better to be honest. Let's be honest.
Alright, okay.
And a quiche.
Quiche.
Ginger beer, crisps, and of course, Scottish caramel wafers.
Scottish caramel wafers. La-dee-da. All very expensive though in that shop.
Like 11 quid for this.
11 quid for an 11sies.
Hey, no, get lost. No, it's my ice cream, not yours.
We finished off our terribly expensive 11sies and got back to it, climbing away from Kenmore towards Tumnall Bridge.
So, I had a litre of milk at that last shop, and it's made me feel a bit sick actually. It's feeling a bit queasy. Hopefully I can keep it down. Got a 4 mile climb to go up now though.
Fortunately, Adam didn't chunder into the bushes, and we pushed on up the climb.
So Ranty, if we had 50 more miles to do in the heat, or 70 to do in the shade, which one would you take?
I'll take 70 in the shade any day.
80?
80 in the shade.
90?
90 in the shade.
100?
Yeah, I might just hit the heat then at that point.
Yeah, okay, so it's almost twice as good being in the shade as it is in the sun right now.
We battled the heat up the climb and eventually reached the crest, where we were rewarded with this absolutely mega 4 mile long descent down into Tumnall Bridge. We sped through Tumnall Bridge and almost immediately began another 3.5 mile climb.
So we just crested another 3 mile climb. Still very hot. Apparently got one more big steep one to do before we join the A9, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So let's slog it on till there.
Another sweaty climb done, and we were speeding down the other side, ready for the behemoth that awaited us, Trinafor Hill.
Just started our steepest climb of the day. It's over 2 miles and it's average 6%, which in this stage of the day, this heat is going to be horrible.
Despite Adam whinging about the heat, this climb was actually pretty epic, and just about made up for us skipping Great Dun Fell yesterday morning.
That's where we came down. Ranty, I feel a bit betrayed though, because 3 days ago you said it was going to get cooler as though we went north, but it hasn't. It's got hotter and hotter to this point where it feels like we're in a sauna, dripping with sweat.
Hey, don't look at me. Blame the Met Office.
I do blame the Met Office.
Yeah, it's all the Met Office fault.
They always give us,
They control the weather. They
Yeah.
tell us what the weather is. It's all
and
their
also
fault.
the Scottish as well, haven't turned their wind turbines on today, so we've got no wind.
We finally rolled over the crest of Trinafor Hill. The spectacular Cairngorms now dominated the horizon.
Ranty, I think we're at the top.
Oh, I think we are.
Oh my god, we're up at 1,500 feet, highest we've been on the whole trip so far.
I'm high as a kite. I don't know about you, Adam.
I'm high as a kite. Yeah!
Okay, so this descent was epic. So epic, in fact, that we decided it was the most epic of the entire trip. Anyway, we sent it down the big old hill, eventually arriving on the awesome A9 cycle path.
Best descent of the trip, I reckon! That was really spectacular, still is! So it's 1:30, we just hit the A9 cycle path and we got 42 miles to Aviemore, which is kind of, as we want to get at least to Aviemore today. That's the goal, isn't it? Get to Aviemore and see what time it is.
That up there is the A9, which means we've done Loch Lomond. We are now in the Cairngorms, second national park of the day.
We pressed on along what could possibly be the UK's best cycle path, if only they could smooth out the bridges a bit.
So unfortunately, Adam wasn't filming at the time, but I had without a doubt the nearest miss of the trip when I took a corner a little bit too fast up onto a bridge which was covered in gravel. My back wheel skidded a bit and I went off into the weeds and somehow managed to stay upright. I'm shaking a little bit now. These bridges, man, they're not like continuous to the path. You gotta have your wits about you.
Okay, despite my near horrendous accident, we were loving life at this point. The epicness of Scotland was truly making this the best day of the tour.
What do you think of the view, Ranty?
This is blooming amazing. Loving this.
Yeah, we are living the life right now. Cruising it along the world's best bit of cycle path. No cars, spectacular view.
We continued smashing it down this epic stretch of cycle
Check out the
path
scenery.
until we finally arrived into Dalwhinnie.
So we're at Dalwhinnie service station for maybe a bit of a late lunch. It's not the biggest shop in the world. Highlands, yeah. Defos. Need one of those.
We ended up spending nearly 20 quid between us on just a few items, but it was much needed.
Having these little breaks now and again to refuel and rehydrate is very much necessary at this point in the tour. But when you get going again, it kind of feels like you're trying to start a rusty mower that's been sat in the shed for 30 years. It takes so long for the legs to come back to their senses.
Anyway, we were feeling very fatigued by this point, but we got back to it, hitting the brilliant A9 cycle path once again, and after another hour, we arrived into Kingussie.
So we must have about 16 17 miles to Aviemore now. Still lovely scenery. Nice little castle there, Ranty.
Pretty nice, eh?
Yeah, not bad view.
We veered away from the A9 in Kingussie and joined onto this brilliant bit of forested single track. We were very fatigued by this point and keen to get the day done, but we knew we still had a long way to go if we were to make it to John O Groats tomorrow. Regardless, we still found the energy for one last effort to drop some tourists.
We see a lot of cyclists ahead. A lot of them, they think they can get away from us, but what they don't understand is when Ranty's got them in his sights, he'll stop at nothing to get past them. Look at him, he's honing in on him. He's getting there, right? He'll make sure to drop him as well, straight away. Hiya.
Right.
One's not enough for Ranty, he needs them both. Oh, we have made it to Aviemore.
We finally rolled into Aviemore and crashed out in the shade for 15 minutes whilst we assessed our options.
Here we are outside the Aldi in Aviemore. Ranty's doing alright, he's doing alright. He's just having a rest, a wee rest.
It's a wee nap.
A wee nap. Yeah, it's been a napping afternoon, to be fair. So we've basically done 120 miles today and it's 4:30. It's another 30 miles to Inverness, which would be a real slog. And then from Inverness to John O Groats is 120 miles. So we basically got the choice of either stopping here and then smashing out 150 miles tomorrow, or trying to do a bit extra now so that we don't have to do quite so much tomorrow. We're gonna have a think about it. We'll get back to you.
A few moments later.
So what's the plan, Ranty, for tonight?
The plan is get some dinner in this fine establishment and then push on a couple miles down the road to divide up a place called Loch Vaa.
Loch Vaa. We're going to try and just bivvy next to Loch Vaa and have a wash in the lake. Yeah, only 3 miles away or something. So, and then, but that does mean we've got an outrageously big day tomorrow, 150 miles. So let's hope we can actually do that. The reason we're stopping at Lake Vaa today is because we're pretty knackered.
Yeah, it's been a very hot day today. Tomorrow it is due to be a lot cooler.
Yeah, if it's cooler tomorrow, that will make a big difference. But obviously, because we're knackered now, it's not looking good for tomorrow. Are we going to make it? If so, how late is it going to be? And how slow are we going to be by the end of it? We'll crawl there if we have to.
I finally mustered the strength to pick my corpse off the ground and head into Aldi for dinner.
God, is this what old people feel like all the time? Bloody hell.
Ranty is such a cripple.
Dinner acquired, we pushed on for a few k's down the road, which in my fatigued state nearly resulted in another close encounter with a ditch. Anyway, we soon arrived at Loch Vaa and had to do a bit of hike-a-bike to get down to the lake shore.
Got a bit of a hike-a-bike section to get to the camp spot. Oh god. Not the easiest descent.
We ignored the no camping signs.
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to us.
And made it down to the muddy lake shore.
Luckily we've got stepping stones. Ooh. Ah! It's a lovely lake though. Look at that. We found a good spot on the side of Loch Vaa. And they've got a good spot to camp just up in the woods there. But we're just going to spend the evening by the lake on the beach, eat some dinner, have a wash, and yeah, enjoy the afternoon. Try and rest and recover. One weird thing about this lake though is the water smells of dog poo, and therefore everywhere smells a bit of dog poo, which is kind of weird. If anyone's got an explanation to that, please leave it in the comments below.
We enjoyed what was possibly the most refreshing bath of the trip, whilst trying to ignore the questionable smell.
Ooh, that's nice. Ranty can't even hang up a pair of boxers. Honestly, we've had a lovely wash in the lake. Ranty's getting annoyed at a tree, and I've wrung my kit out and wrung it up. I've wrung my kit out and hung it up. Ranty's managed to do his boxers. So hopefully they'll be dry by the morning, and we'll be ready for the last day. Time for some evening grub next, I reckon. We've got some mayo Malta sauce, which just looks like a mix of ketchup and mayonnaise. We've got some brie. We've got some salad, but main the main source of nutrition is fricadellans. Fricadellans. Now, what's in a fricadellin, you might ask? You don't need to know. All you need to know is they are meaty, juicy, fatty chunks of meat. Just on a pudding. Belgian buns. Ranch is picking it out. 3 chocolate mousses.
We watched the sunset before crawling into our bivvies, having covered a toasty 125 miles. Will we make it to John O Groats tomorrow? Next time on Land's End to John O Groats.
That's so annoying. It's getting pretty grim right now.
I guess we've got to send it down what is essentially just a motorway.
We've got a massive headwind.
I'm not going to make it.